And good afternoon, and welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. We are ready to play some baseball here. We're about 15 minutes out from first pitch. Got some dugout interviews for you in a few minutes. The North Arkansas Pioneers come to Mike Carter Field, and the Tyler Apaches playing a lot of baseball over the spring break. I kind of joked with Coach Wren about the break part of spring break, as the Apaches, I think I figured out over the course of spring break, will play 9 games in 8 days. So much for the break. North Arkansas hasn't played in a week, so these guys are chomping at the bit down there, swinging the bat, and they're ready to play some ball. They've had some little bit of weather up that way and had a number of series in the early going canceled. So we'll talk about that as the broadcast progresses. But had a chance to talk to their first-year head coach, Eric Osner, is the North Arkansas Pioneers off to a 6-17 start so far, and they come in on a 5-game losing streak. So trying to snap things are the Pioneers and Coach Osner. North Arkansas about just under 400 miles north and east of Tyler, Texas, about almost 7-hour trip by bus, and so. Let's hear a little bit of what Coach Eric Osner had to say a few minutes ago down outside the Pioneer dugout. 2-1. All right, we're outside the Pioneer dugout with first-year head coach Eric Osner. And, Coach, let's talk a little bit about your journey to be the head coach. Kansas City native, went to JUCO. So you can relate to these guys as junior college athletes, and then you played at a 4-year school. So talk about your journey to being the coach here for the Pioneers.
Well, I knew pretty much in high school I always wanted to coach, and once I got in the college game, I felt like that's where I wanted to stay. And my high school coach always told me, if you want to be in the college game, stay in the college game. So I stayed on as a student assistant, a grad assist, and a part-time assistant, and then I became a full-time assistant at the university I was at, which is Evangel in Springfield. Right. And
got to pay your dues, don't you?
Yeah, you put in your time and pay your dues, and good things pay off eventually. So,
well, you guys have been off for about a week. Talk about the early part of your season. I know it's kind of been a back-and-forth season. Talk about how the Pioneers have fared so far this year.
We've played a pretty tough schedule. After this weekend, 13 of our 26 games will be against ranked junior colleges. Okay. So we've definitely been tested early. Right. But we've competed in every game. We've made plays. We pitched it, and this week we spent a lot of time in the cages trying to figure out the bats and feel pretty good coming into the weekend. So,
well, it's about the journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I think I've been coaching for 33 years, and if you worry about what that says all the time, it's going to be a long career, right? And
yeah,
hopefully
right.
You're looking into the hearts of these guys and saying, hey, are we getting better today? Did we have a better at-bat today?
Yep.
Did we throw a few more strikes today? Are we better today than we were yesterday? Are we moving in that direction?
Yep.
So you're freshman heavy this year, and your first year in. Talk about the makeup of your club, freshman to sophomore, and how that's impacted things.
Well, even our sophomores are pretty inexperienced. We only returned 2 starting position players and 2 starting pitchers. So, we were pretty inexperienced coming into this year. So
a clean slate there.
Yeah, we played a lot of games this fall, inter-squatted a lot, just trying to get guys experience. And, we feel good about our freshmen. We have a really talented group of freshmen. We have a freshman at each position that have made starts. We feel good moving forward, and kind of going back to what you said is, we just work on getting better every day, and we feel like by the end of the year we should be where we want to be.
Talk about being a head coach and how that's maybe been different from being an assistant coach, and so far pretty new this year, but how has it been for you personally?
It's been good. It always has its ups and downs, and there's a lot of things you don't expect to see coming, but it's been fun so far. I've enjoyed these guys, and I've enjoyed the school and the change, and it's been a really good change for me. I think everybody always thinks they're ready for that next step, and then they get into it and they realize, well, I could have used a couple more years. But no, it's been fun so far, and I really enjoy the recruiting aspect and kind of Hadn't made anything my own, so it's been a good transition so far.
I remember being an assistant coach and kind of scratching my head wondering, what does that head coach do with all his time? And now you know, don't you?
Yeah, what time? What time?
Well, Eric, thanks for your time. I look forward to talking to you. Well, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get here early enough to get you tomorrow. But anyways, hope today goes well. As we wrap things up here, let's talk about your 2 starting pitchers today.
Our game 1 starting pitcher will be Heath Fortson. He's been our guy on the mound all year. He's been our number 1.
Okay.
He got me my first win,
Nice.
Which obviously means a lot to me.
Yeah,
but,
it does.
But he's a
Keep
bulldog.
that ball, right?
Yeah. He's a bulldog. He's gonna mix 3 pitches for a strike. He's gonna throw on both sides of the plate. He's not gonna wow you. You're not gonna sit there and go, man, this guy throws 90. But
right.
He's just a pitcher, and he keeps us in every ball game, gives us a chance to win every day. And to be honest with you, the way we're throwing it today. I don't know who's starting game 2.
Okay. All right.
We're going to play to win game 1 and go from there.
All right. Awesome. Well, congrats on getting the job.
Thank you.
And I wish you guys and you and the Pioneers all the best this season. Probably won't get a chance to visit with you before tomorrow's ball game because of my schedule. But welcome to Tyler, and it'll be some great weather. So let's have fun playing a couple games.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Big thank you to Eric Osner, first-year head coach, and boy. A lot to talk about there in terms of the difference between an assistant coach and being a head coach. The umpires are headed toward home plate, and I also caught up with Coach Doug Wren. He'll be joining those umpires momentarily down at home plate, going through the ground rules and the lineup cards. Let's hear what Coach Wren had to say a few minutes ago down in the Apache dugout. Boy, so much for spring break. 9 games in 8 days, something like that.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if I can recall a time since I've been here that we've really had a spring break like that. So, but it's been good. It's been a good challenge for us, and hopefully we can finish off well these next couple days. And it's been good to kind of challenge our guys in certain areas. And so, looking forward to this weekend and finishing it off.
Well, you're coming off a really exciting game against Joliet. How are you going to approach these 3 games with North Ark? Are we going to go kind of reset the pitching and then reset the lineups? How are we going to do this?
Yeah, I think everything kind of rolls over, and you're going to see, those 3 starters kind of go out this weekend as we would on a weekend series. Right. And so we were able to get a lot of our bullpen guys and stuff some work during the week, and so and then we used this spring break to play around with some lineups and get some guys some work, and but you'll probably kind of see a lot of those similar guys back this weekend, and hopefully we can kind of really we're working towards that Coastal series here in a few weeks and trying to fine tune our lineup, and from position standpoint to lineup standpoint to try to get to where we feel good going in that series.
Everybody healthy?
For the most part, I think so. I think everybody's kind of coming back, and
that flu bug go through here a couple weeks ago, and
so
that's beyond just so. But injury-wise, everyone's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I think we're 100% as far as I know right now. So, which is a good thing, especially this time of year.
Okay, well, Doug, have a great day. Hope Apaches do well today.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, big thank you to Coach Wren. He's at home plate right now with Coach Osner and the 3 umpires for tonight's doubleheader day at the ballpark, or evening, if you will, twilight doubleheader. First pitch is going to be just a few minutes away. Let's go through the starting lineups for these 2 clubs as Coach Wren goes through the ground rules for Mike Carter Field. For the North Arkansas Pioneers, they are 6-17 on the season. They're led by first-year head coach Eric Osner. Here's the lineup that Coach Osner has put on his lineup card this evening. Leading off at second base is Jonah Williamson. Batting second, the left fielder J.D. Vaughn. Batting third, the right fielder Creighton Henry. Batting cleanup for the Pioneers, first baseman Channing Mickey. Batting fifth, the catcher Cap Johnson. Batting sixth, shortstop Lane Porter. Batting seventh, third baseman Thomas Walter. Batting eighth, the center fielder Jeremiah Fisher. And batting ninth for the Pioneers from North Arkansas, designated hitter Ryan Burks. On the mound for North Arkansas, sophomore Heath Stoner. Or Fortson. Fortson gets the start for the Pioneers. For the Apaches, they are 20-6 on the season. They are led by 10th-year head coach Doug Wren. And here's the lineup that Coach Wren has put down for Game 1 of the doubleheader. We're going to play 2 sevens tonight. Leading off is the third baseman, Ty Meisner. Batting second, the left fielder, Heath Hood. Batting third is the second baseman, Eric Owen. Batting cleanup, Michael Morissette, the first baseman. Batting fifth, right fielder, Fiver Trimble. Batting sixth, the DH, Seth Ballinger. Batting seventh, catcher, Cade Watson. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Bryce Coveney. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Jacob Johnson. On the mound for the Apaches, the freshman right-hander, Cooper Rawls. Rawls gets the start for the Apaches as we get ready to play. North Arkansas is part of NJCA Region 2, which is up in the Arkansas-Oklahoma area. There's actually 3 different levels of baseball represented by that region: Arkansas Baptist, Carl Albert State College, Connor State, Eastern Oklahoma State College, Mid-South Community College, Murray State College, North Arkansas College, Northeast Oklahoma A&M, Northern Oklahoma College in Enid, National Park College, Northern Oklahoma College, Tonkawa, Redlands Community College, Rose State College, Seminole State College, Southern Arkansas University Tech, University of Arkansas, Rich Mountain, and Western Oklahoma State. So there's a lot of junior college baseball in that region of the country. But with all that being said, there's only one Division III baseball program among all those schools I just read, and that would be these guys, the North Arkansas Pioneers. They are a lone team region. And so at the Division I level, you got Seminole, Connor State, Eastern Oklahoma, Northeast Oklahoma A&M, Arkansas Baptist, and Rose State. Those are the schools at the Division I level. That means they can offer full scholarships. At the D2 level, you have a whole nother set of schools that were part of that list. Northern Oklahoma at Tonkawa, Western Oklahoma State College, Northern Oklahoma Enid, Murray State, who the Apaches have played already, Carl Albert, and Redlands. So those are the Division II junior colleges. They can offer tuition, books, and fees on their scholarships. And then there's the one school that is a Division III non-scholarship, and that would be the North Arkansas Pioneers. Coach Osner, Coach Wren are done going through the ground rules. Let's take a moment to honor America with our national anthem.
We now ask that you stand and remove your caps as we honor America with playing of our national anthem.
All right, just a few minutes from first pitch. Apaches coming off a extra inning loss yesterday, 8-7 in 10 innings. So the Joliet Wolves. The Wolves should be home by now, I would think. Drove back to Dallas and were scheduled to fly back to Illinois today from the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. And the Apaches and the Wolves battled 5 different times over the last week. The last one being yesterday, canceled game with Panola, and the Apaches went ahead and played that last game with the Wolves yesterday. It was a really good game, back and forth battle, and the Wolves were able to hold on for the 8-7 victory. Let's go through the defensive alignment as the Apaches take the field here in inning number 1. Out in left field, you got Heath Hood. Jacob Johnson in center. Fiver Trimble out in right field here for the opener. Ty Meisner at third. Bryce Coveney gets the start at short. Eric Owen at second. Michael Morissette at first. Cade Watson behind the plate. And on the mound for the Apaches, 6'1" and 195, right-handed freshman from Hallsville, Texas, Cooper Rawls. Rawls gets the start here for the Apaches in Game 1. On the season, Cooper Rawls is 2-1 with a 1.18 ERA. This is Cooper's 9th appearance of the year, 8 of those as a starter. 38 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts to just 6 walks. With a freshman from Hallsville, Texas, Cooper Rawls. Taking his last few warm-up tosses. The Apaches wearing the all pinstripe tonight. Game 1 with the black ball caps and the black stirrups. Black belts with the Apache logo over the left chest and the numeral on the bottom right. Kind of a New York Yankee type of look. And the North Arkansas Pioneers with the all gray with the red and white trim all the way around. Red numerals with the red ball caps and the gray bills that kind of match the uniform. Red numerals on the back. Leading off for the Pioneers, second baseman Jonah Williamson. Williamson, a sophomore from Mansfield, Missouri. Foul tip, caught, and it's 0-1. We're underway at 5:02. Just a couple of minutes late today. 61 degrees. Beautiful day for a couple of baseball games. Just 21% humidity. Just a really light north breeze at 5 miles an hour. Shouldn't be a factor at all. 1-1 pitch. That's going to miss inside, 2-1. Glad you're with us here on a beautiful evening. Looping fly ball left field. This could be trouble. And making the diving catch is Heath Hood. We're just about 5 feet inside the line at third base. And Hood with a great play to start the ball game. And that'll bring up the left fielder, J.D. Vaughn. Vaughn, the left fielder for the Pioneers. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. Sophomore from Huntsville, Arkansas is Vaughn. As Cooper Rawls drops a breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Pioneers have been off for a week. And they're trying to snap. I'll double check this. It's either a 5 or a 6 game skid at the moment. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Indecisive is Vaughn. First strikeout for Rawls. 2 away. That will bring up the right fielder, Creighton Henry. So Rawls making short work here of the Pioneers so far. Here's Creighton Henry. Creighton Henry, a freshman from Mansfield, Missouri. Looks like Pioneers got a couple of guys from Mansfield. Williamson, the leadoff guy, was from Mansfield. 1-0 pitch. That's a well-hit ball to second. Owen scoops it up back to his feet. Nice play there. 3 up, 3 down, nothing to cross for the North Arkansas Pioneers. The Apaches will come to the plate, and they will face Heath Fortson when we return. All right, let's go ahead and bring you back early. Go back through the lineup for the Apaches and give you the defensive alignment for the Pioneers. Leading off is going to be third baseman Ty Meisner. Heath Hood bats second. Eric Owen third, Michael Morissette in the cleanup spot, Fiver Trimble fifth, Seth Ballinger sixth, Cade Watson seventh, Bryce Coveney eighth, and Jacob Johnson, the center fielder, in the 9-hole for the Tyler Junior College Apaches. Defensively, for the North Arkansas Pioneers, J.D. Vaughn in left, Jeremiah Fisher in center, Creighton Henry in right, Thomas Walter at third, Lane Porter at short, Jonah Williamson at second, Channing Mickey at first, Cap Johnson behind the plate, and on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Pleasant Plains, Arkansas. That's an interesting name. Heath Fortson. Fortson gets the start for the Pioneers. Heath Fortson is 2-3 on the season with a 5.54 ERA. This is Fortson's 8th appearance of the season. He has thrown 26 innings, struck out 21, and walked 17. Right-handed sophomore from Pleasant Plains, Arkansas, Heath Fortson. Now stepping in for the Apaches to lead off the bottom of the first inning is Ty Meisner.
Third baseman, number 2, Meisner.
First pitch is in there, strike one. Boy, a lot of elbows and knees here from Fortson. Just a lot of arm above the head, and then knee comes up to the waist. Just a lot of moving parts here. Mr. Umpire's a southpaw. That's a pretty good little toss there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Meisner, the pitch. Looping liner through the hole. Base hit for Meisner. Well, it looked to be an off speed, and Meisner was out in front, but he was able to get enough barrel on it to knock it through the 6 hole. Here's Heath Hood. Apaches are 7-3 in their last 10 ball games, 4-1 in their last 5. They did lose their last ball game. Again, an 8-7 loss to Joliet yesterday in extra innings. First pitch to Heath Hood, misses, ball 1. Now, Fortson, a pretty good sized kid. I don't know, 6'2"? It's always difficult to judge from up here. I'm going to guess 6'1", 6'2", and maybe more than that. Next pitch is in there, and it's 1-1. Meisner, Hood, and Owen to lead it off here in inning number 1 for the Apaches. They are 20-6 on the season. 1-1 pitch. Lazy fly ball, center field. Coming in is Fisher, and boy, he couldn't make the catch. I thought he had a beat on it, and he just missed it. I don't know how we're going to score that one. Might be a hit. I don't know. He might have been playing too deep here. You guys think it was a hit? I think so. He had to come a lot farther, and he's playing deeper than I maybe thought he was. I would think most times Fisher's going to make that play, but he tried to slide at the last moment and couldn't secure the baseball. So 2 hits here to start the ball game. Here's Eric Owen. The pitch is in there. And it's no balls and a strike on the Apaches' second baseman. Owen, the sophomore from White Oak. 0-1. Misses high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, nobody out. Coach Wren going through the signs. Heath Fortson from the stretch, the pitch. And that one's fouled off to the right side. Apaches in the first base dugout, as they are for all home games, and Pioneers over there in that third base dugout. By Carter Field dimensions, 325 down the lines. 361 in the gaps, 370 straight away. Got that 18-foot high wall all the way around the ballpark. Sun out in full force right now. Just some hazy clouds way up there. Sooner or later we'll flip those lights on, but we're not close to that yet. Runners moving, ball in the dirt, and it'll be a double steal. Meisner to third and Hood to second. Ball was in the dirt, but the runners were off with the pitch, so both of them will get credit for a steal there. And now you got two runners in scoring position, still no one out, and a 2-2 count on Eric Owen. Heath Fortson, sophomore from Pleasant Plains, Arkansas. That ball's well hit to right field, and that's trouble, and he's not going to get it. Creighton Henry gave chase. It's going to roll to the warning track. Owen's on his way to third, a 2-run triple. 2-0 Apaches. Well, off the bat, it looked like it might fade back towards where Henry was playing, and he was on his horse, and he just couldn't catch up to it. And the wind, ever so slight, is blowing that direction. So, might have got just enough help to get out of the reach of Creighton Henry. The Apaches take the early lead here. Here's Michael Morissette. First pitch to Morissette off the plate, ball one. Morissette, the sophomore infielder from Frisco Centennial graduate. Pitch misses low, it's 2-0. Well, the first three Apaches have reached. All three of them with hits. 2-0 pitch to Morissette. That ball's well hit to right. 4 hits in a row. That's going to go to the gap. Morissette hits first. He's going to second. And he'll hold up there. RBI double. 3-0 Apaches. So you've got 2 singles, a triple, and a double to lead the ball game off. And Apaches quickly ahead 3-0. Here's Fiver Trimble for the first time. Where those hits are finding the gaps and finding the holes. Had a solid single by Meisner into left field. Kind of went down and got what looked to be maybe a changeup or an off-speed pitch. And Heath Hood hit a little flare into center field that Jeremiah Fisher couldn't quite catch up to. Came in and slid in center, and ball hit the turf. And then a triple and a double off the bats of Owen and Morissette. 3-0. Still no one out for Fiver Trimble. His first pitch swinging, pops it way up in center. And Fisher underneath it makes the grab for the first out of the inning. So that's an F8 if you're scoring at the house. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Seth Ballinger. Ballinger, the redshirt freshman from Carthage. Heath Fortson from the set position, the pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 0-1 on Ballinger. You know, you wouldn't think with the left-handed Ballinger up that you would turn the big fella loose at second here, but the pitch, that's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cap Johnson behind the plate for the Pioneers. Good block on that pitch. Yeah, got a handful of Pioneer fans here in their red attire. 1-1 pitch. Yeah, it's going to miss outside. 2-1. Well, the Apache crowd is trickling in. It was a late arriving crowd. Now that I came up to the press box, what seemed to be a few minutes before first pitch, and there was nobody here, but they have returned to the ballpark today. A lot of baseball here at Mike Carter this week. The press box crew is a little weary. 3 balls, 1 strike to Seth Ballinger. Ballinger batting 6th in the lineup. Cade Watson would be next. Here's the 3-1. A ground ball to second. This is Williamson backhand. Throws to first, and there's 2 away. So a productive out moves Morissette to third base for Cade Watson. 3-0 Apaches. 2 singles, a triple, and a double to lead the ball game off. And Watson up there, the 7th batter of the inning. Cade Watson, the sophomore from Nacogdoches. Ground ball to short. This is Porter. And, boy, just gets Cade Watson at first for the final out. That's Lane Porter at short. Nice job at first by Chandler Mickey to pick that ball. A little short hop on the throw. So 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. After 4 consecutive hits, the Apaches go in order, F8, 4-3, and 6-3. So, but they do score 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1 on. We'll head to inning number 2. Your new score from Mike Carter Field. The Tyler Apaches, 3, North Arkansas, 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Mike Carter Field. Top of inning number 2, 4, 5, and 6 for the Pioneers. First pitch in there, strike 1. This is Channing Mickey, the first baseman. It'll be Mickey, Johnson, and Porter batting for North Arkansas here in the second. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Cooper Rawls threw 10 pitches in his first inning of work. His counterpart, Heath Fortson, logged 21 pitches. And breaking pitch scoots away from Cade Watson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, we'll let you know how the other teams in Region 14 are doing so far in this season. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout for Cooper Rawls. Here's the catcher, Cap Johnson. Johnson, redshirt freshman catcher from Branson, Missouri. Foul tip. Watson holds on. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Popped it up. And this should be a ball for Coveney at short. And he grabs it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. Here's Lane Porter. Lane Porter, a freshman infielder from Midwest City, Oklahoma. First pitch. Solid strike. It's 0-1. Cooper Rawls doing a good job of working ahead and staying ahead so far in this ballgame. 0-1. And just missed that one. pitch, fly ball right side. That's going to just get out of the reach of Fiver Trimble and bounce over the fence into that bullpen area, right field corner for the Apaches. A couple of batting cages on the right field side here at Mike Carter. One cage down the left field side. 1-2. Boy, just missed there. Cooper thought he had strike three and started taking a step or two towards the dugout, as did Bryce Coveney and Jacob Johnson. Here's the 2-2. There's strike three. And Lane Porter is strikeout victim number 3 for Cooper Rawls. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for North Arkansas here in inning number 2. We'll be back with the bottom half in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you back and give you a rundown on how some of these other Region 14 schools are doing. Pinola's out to a 19-3 start so far. Navarro 13-8. Sanjak North 17-6. Alvin 15-10. Wharton is 13-19. 13-9, excuse me. 8-11 Galveston. Bossier is 15-5 overall, 3-3 in conference play. Angelina 14-9. Blinn 11-9. Paris 10-13. Northeast Texas 5-17. Coastal Bend is 14-18 so far this season, and Laredo is 5-18. So I'm not sure what the breakdown is here on the standings. There's a base hit on the first pitch that Bryce Coveney saw, and Apache's looking for more here in the second. Well, just like Meisner led off the first, Coveney at first base with a single. Here's the ninth hitter, Jacob Johnson. Apaches lead at 3-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Heath Fortson on the mound for the Pioneers. First pitch is high, ball 1. Johnson has been up and down in that lineup. Coach Wren slotting down there in the 9 spot for game 1. Just off the end of the bat and out into the parking lot. We are adjacent to the Tyler Rose Garden, Harvey Convention Center, and Christus Trinity Mother Frances Football Stadium to our right, the Rose City Complex. Of course, Mike Carter Field, main part of that as well. There goes the runner. This is well hit to right field. This is trouble. Into the corner, and Johnson may run forever. Runner's going to be sent home, and it's a RBI double for Jacob Johnson, and it's 4-0 Apaches. Here's Ty Meisner now for the second time in as many innings. Apaches with 6 hits already and have been to the lineup 1 time. 6 of the 9 Apaches getting base hits. 3 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Meisner singled to left in his first trip to the plate tonight. Came into the game with a .312 batting average. 3 doubles to his credit, 1 home run, 18 RBI. Morissette leads the Apaches with 23 RBIs, and Owen 19 on the season, as does Fiver Trimble has 19. 2-0 pitch. High chopper to third, and you drop the ball, you pick it up and throw. Not there. That's going to be an error. E5. Meisner is aboard. Thomas Walter backhanded the ball right on top of third base. He went to get it out of his glove, and he just dropped it. And when he dropped that ball, it gave Meisner a chance to beat out the throw. So first and second, still no one out. Here's Heath Hood for the second time, and Heath Hood hit a kind of a flare to center that was shallow enough. There's a fight at inside-out pitch and into right field. Runner's going to be sent home. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. 5-0 Apaches. RBI single for Heath Hood. Well, the hits are coming early and often here in this one. 5-0 Apaches. Meisner goes to third base. Here's Eric Owen. Owen with a 2-run triple his first time up. Well, probably going to see Heath Hood get to second as soon as possible here. As Fortson comes set, there he goes, and not going to matter. Owen got hit by the pitch. So bases loaded with Apaches. No one out for Michael Morissette. So Morissette with a golden opportunity here to try to break this thing wide open. It's already 5-0 in the second inning. Bases loaded, no one out. Heath Fortson just misses ball one. Well, the inning led off with a Coveney single, a Johnson double to left. Next pitch is high. Meisner reached on an error by Thomas Walter at third. Hood, an RBI single to right. Owen just got hit by a pitch. It's 2-0 to Morissette. Pops this one straight up. And that's going to be right on top of the net in front of us. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, one of the things, regardless of the outcome of this game, you'd like to see from the Apaches here is just quality at bats, good swings. 5-0 here in the early going. This is a 7-inning ball game. The 2-1. Fouled off to the left side, and it's 2-2. Supposed to play 2 7s tonight, and I think maybe a single 9 tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Pop up in the infield, and that's going to be caught over there by Walter. Thomas Walter squeezes it for the first out of the inning. Boy, that is just not a good at bat by Michael Morissette. He got bases loaded, and you got to get that ball to the outfield or make a productive out on the ground. But an infield pop-up or a strikeout is exactly what the defense wants, and so they get it. 1 out for Fiver Trimble. First pitch over the outside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Fiver popped up to center field his first time up. The 0-1. Foul tip. And it's 0-2. Well, now you got a battle here. Behind in the count is Trimble. As Heath Fortson now going from the windup. 0-2. Well, he waited on it and fouls it off. Staying alive is Fiver Trimble. Fortson, the sophomore. 2-3 on the season with a 5.54 ERA coming in. The 0-2 high and tight. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you got to dig right back in there and think about going up the middle the other way with something away here, if that's where Fortson goes. The pitch. Line shot foul, so much for that. Laid the ball right over the inside half, and Fiver pulled it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Morissette just popped up with the bases loaded and nobody out to third base. Now Fiver behind with a 1-2 count. The pitch. Low. 2-2. Well, Pioneers one pitch away from getting out of further trouble here. Get that double play ball. Here's the pitch. Boy, just off the plate, maybe a little high. And it's a full count on Fiver Trimble. Heath Fortson. The wind and the pitch. Little looper into left. That's going to be a hit. 2 runs are going to come home. And that'll take it to 7-0. Well, Fiver battled from way behind in that count, and he finds a way to get 2 RBIs off the end of the bat. The Apaches, again, early and often here. 3 in the first inning and now 4 here in the second. And now Coach Osner is going to go out and have a chat with his starter, Heath Fortson. This is the 8th batter of the inning. Seth Ballinger scheduled to hit next. 7-0 Tyler on 8 hits in the first 2 innings. A couple of them have not been absolutely mashed. That last one among them. Fiver just did get that off the end of the bat. Lofted it over the shortstop Lane Porter's head into shallow left field. Had a couple of C&I hits, a couple of bloops. But we've also had some well-hit balls in the first 2 innings by the Apaches. Here's Seth Ballinger. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Runners on the corners with 1 out. And we'll see if Fiver gets the green light here. Pretty good lead. Step and a dive, he's back. Trimble 6 out of 7 in stolen bases. Got picked off once yesterday and actually beat the pickoff once, so. A couple of throws over by Fortson. He got Owen over at third with pretty good speed as well. There goes Fiver, throw to second, and he'll stop and get in the rundown. Going to try, and no out at second. Safe at home. It's the double steal. Fiver's going to head to third. Ball got away from the catcher, so, boy, you got to take that out there. The second baseman, Jonah Williamson, was within a foot or so of Fiver, and he didn't tag him. So Fiver stops, puts the brakes on, and Owen was off to the races from third. He steals home. So that's a stolen base for Owen. And it's a stolen base for Fiver, and it's going to be an error on the second baseman on the throw. So he would have scored anyways, but Trimble will go to third. He'll get credit for a stolen base, and then he'll go to third on the throw. Breaking pitch low. So it's an E4 that allows Fiver to go to third base. 2 balls and a strike now to Ballinger. 8th batter of the inning. It's 8-0 Apaches. Ground ball. This could score another run, and that ball's booted by Mickey, and everybody's safe. E3. And Trimble comes home, and it's 9-0 Apaches. Here's Cade Watson now for the second time in 2 innings. Apaches now have batted around here. Only 1 out in the second. They've put 6 more runs on the board here this inning. The only out of the inning was a pop up to third by Mike Morissette. First pitch. Base hit center field. Well hit by Watson. Good piece of hitting there. He waited on the breaker and put a good swing on it. So first and second, 1 out. Here's Bryce Coveney. The Apaches are swinging the bats, and that's going to be all for Heath Fortson. Coach Osner coming out of the dugout. We'll let you know who the new Pioneer pitcher is when we return. 9-0 Apaches. All right, the new pitcher for the Pioneers, right into freshman from Granbury, Missouri, it's Chance Live Oak. Coming on in relief of Heath Fortson. Fortson ended up throwing 48 pitches in an inning and a third for North Arkansas. For Chance Live Oak, outing number 9 of the season. He's 1-3 with a 14.90 ERA. He's thrown 19 1/3 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, and 18 walks for the freshman from Granbury, Missouri, Chance Live Oak. Live Oak will take over for Fortson here in the second inning. 1 out and 2 on for the Apaches. Watson at first, Ballinger at second. And Bryce Coveney started the inning with a single up the middle. He's up for the second time. So Coveney, his second at bat of the inning, and he will face Chance Live Oak. First pitch. And that's going to miss outside, ball 1. 9 runs on 9 hits for the Apaches. 1-0 pitch from Live Oak. That's in there for a strike. Now, we talked on the pregame a little bit. Coach Osner, 17 freshmen on this club. He's only got 2 position players that were on last year's team, and he's got 2 pitchers that were on last year's club. "17 freshmen and 9 sophomores. I guess among the 9 sophomores, 7 of them were transfers. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here. The second inning, it's 9-0 Tyler. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Coveney is out. And that'll be the first strikeout of the ball game for Pioneer pitching. And the first strikeout for Chance Live Oak. Second out of the inning. Here's Jacob Johnson for the second time. And boy, wow, how good was it to see him go the other way. Last time up, took a ball way into the left field corner. RBI double for Johnson his last time up. First pitch. Inside, ball 1. Three-run first inning for the Apaches. A 6-run second. Still 2 away. The 1-0. Well hit, center field, tough play, going to run over. Make the running catch is Jeremiah Fisher for the final out. F8 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches put 6 more runs on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits in the inning. They leave 2 guys on. We'll head to inning number 3 of a 7-inning ball game. The score, Tyler 9, North Arkansas 0. All right, let me catch up on some of the live chat folks that have chimed in here already. Heard from Jonathan Ortega. Appreciate that very much. Someone rooting for Fiverr from Austin, Texas, Stephen Claybrook. So appreciate that. Go North Ark from Joplin, Missouri, Mr. Porter. And let's see here. Mr. Ortega checking in as Mr. Porter does as well. So thanks for the shout-outs on the live chat feature. You give me, let us know who you're rooting for and where you're watching from. Passed out a couple of flyers to the dugout for the Pioneers and to some of the fans earlier today. I was doing the pregame interviews. And so if you do have family or friends that might want to tune in, you may want to shoot them a link to this broadcast. This is Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. A 3-game series between these two clubs. Doubleheader night at the ballpark here this evening, and then a single game tomorrow at noon. A lot of baseball for the Apaches over this stretch of so-called spring break. I had 9 games in 8 days for the Apaches. So a lot of baseball. It's one of the things that baseball players give up. They give up the spring break. Basketball or footballers a lot of times don't have the Thanksgiving break. Basketballers sometimes give up a good part of their Christmas break. Baseballers at college do not have a spring break. Little tapper to the right side, and tough play for Owen. You flip it to first, and you get him. Good job by Eric Owen to stay with that. And Thomas Walter is out on the 4-3. Just got out of the reach of Cooper Rawls, and Owen came in and got rid of it as quick as he could. Here's Jeremiah Fisher, the center fielder. Left-handed batter. Steps in. Cooper Rawls has faced 7 and retired 7. Check swing, yes he did. 0-1. 9-9-0 for the Apaches. 0-3 for the Pioneers from North Arkansas. The pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper Rawls, right-handed freshman out of Hallsville, Texas. 2-1 on the season with a 1.18 ERA. The pitch. Check swing. That was low. 2 balls and a strike. Rawls, the pitch. Check swing. Thought he went again, and he did. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 of the 4 pitches Fisher has thought about swinging, and twice he's gone through far enough to be called swinging strikes. 2-2 pitch on its way. Breaking pitch, called strike 3. And really good pitch. 4th strikeout for Cooper Rawls. Cade Watson's got to let Mr. Umpire make the call before he rifles it down to 3rd. Sometimes umpires will call the ball just because the catcher hops out there so quickly. First pitch. Well hit center field. This is not, Johnson making diving catch. Didn't think he had a chance at that, and he ran it down. Nice play in center field on the ball off the bat of Ryan Burks. 9 up and 9 down here for the Pioneers to start this ball game. Back with the bottom of inning number 3. It's 9-0 Apaches. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. And for the Apaches, back to the top you go. Ty Meisner, his third at bat in 3 innings. 0-1 pitch is going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meisner singled to left and scored in the first. He reached on an error by Thomas Walter at third and scored in the second inning. He's 1 for 2. Well hit to center field. Jeremiah Fisher going back and makes the running catch right on the warning track. Good play out there in center by Fisher. 1 up and 1 down. The Apaches. That's the first time in the first 3 innings that the Apaches have not gotten their leadoff guy aboard. Here's Heath Hood. Heath Hood's 2 for 2. Single to center and a single to right. He's also scored 2 runs. The first 3 batters in the Apache lineup have already scored 6 runs in this game. That pitch is going to miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Chance Live Oak on the mound. Way out in front of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody aboard. 9-0 Apaches. We're in the bottom of inning number 3. Well, I'm glad to hear we got some North Arkansas folks tuned in. Just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Love to hear from any of you that are watching out there, whether you're a Apache fan or a Pioneer fan. Let us know who you're rooting for or where you're watching from. 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul. And we'll do it again. We'll be on the air tomorrow as soon as we can. Got some commitments at church in the morning, but we'll get out here just as soon as possible. Should be here by game time. There's a chopper. Fair ball. Tough play at third, and that's a single. Heath Hood has got his 3rd hit of the ball game. That was a high chopper. Thomas Walter actually caught that right over the foul line. And, boy, he had a long throw to make. And by the time that ball got to first base, Heath Hood had beat it out. So that's the 10th hit already for the Apaches. Here's Eric Owen. Owen is 1 for 1, a 2 RBI triple in the first. He got hit by a pitch and scored in the second. First pitch in there, strike 1. Nine, 10, and 0 for the Apaches. 0-0-3 for the Pioneers from North Arkansas. Pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I'll just tell you, having managed these types of games before, that you jump out early, I don't know. Everyone's got their own perspective on what's appropriate. I like to keep playing hard. I mean, I'm curious if you're going to allow Heath Hood to take a bag here or not. I bet you do, though. 1 out, 1 aboard. Not going. Called strike 3. So good pitch right there, right on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Chance Live Oak.
First pitch, 19, Michael Morrison.
And with 2 away, here's Michael Morissette. I just like my players to stay aggressive when they're in the game. And you never want to try to embarrass or pour salt in the wound in any way, shape, or form. But I think when you start dialing things back, your guys, there's an edge to the game that you've got to stay on top of. And at the same time, you don't want to get ridiculous with it. 0-1 pitch to Morissette coming up. Here's the pitch. That ball gets away. Wild pitch. And down to second goes Heath Hood. Cap Johnson tried to block that ball, tried to backhand it, and just scooted away from him. It's a wild pitch. 2 outs now, runner in scoring position for Morissette. Morissette, RBI double in the first inning, popped up to third base in the second inning. 1 for 2, and that hit him. Second hit batter of the ball game. And down to first base will go Mike Morissette. 2 outs, 2 on. Fiver Trimble. Fiver had a 2 RBI single his last time up. Popped up to center field in the first inning. He's 1 for 2 with a couple RBIs and a run scored. Apaches try to end on to a 9-0 lead. First pitch. Missed inside, ball 1. Chance Live Oak came on with 1 out in the second inning. We have 2 outs here in the third. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss high. 2-0. Pitch off the plate, 3-0. Well, you're 1 pitch away from loading them up for Seth Ballinger. Ballinger's the only Apache that does not have a hit yet. And I think we just had a balk. No pitch on the play. Evidently, Chance Live Oak did not come to that discernible pause we talk about. So now you got runners at second and third with 2 away. And it's a 3-0 count on Fiver Trimble. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 3-1. Trimble with a chance to drive in a couple more here. And it's a 3-1 count. Chance Live Oak from the stretch. The pitch. High and deep to left, but foul. Fiver all over that pitch, and it went out of here, but it went probably 30 feet foul, if not more. You got every bit of that one. Now you got to regroup and find a way to put this one in play hard. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. And he hit him. Back-to-back hit batters, and the bases are loaded for Seth Ballinger.
Designated hitter, number 8, Seth Ballinger.
Ballinger comes up, the only Apache so far without a hit. Grounded out to second, reached on an error by Channing Mickey at first his last time up. First pitch. Inside corner, called strike 1. Yeah. You're going to get some activity down in that Pioneer bullpen now. Here's the 0-1. Just missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trimble at first. Morissette at second. Heath Hood over at third. 2 outs. 9-0 Apaches, bottom of the third. High fly ball right field. This should end the inning. Henry, plenty of room out there, makes the grab. F9 if you're scoring at the house, and the Pioneers do hang a 0 on the board for the first time tonight. The Apaches, no runs on 1 hit. They leave them loaded. We'll go to the 4th inning. Your score, Tyler 9, North Arkansas 0. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. And it's back to the top of the North Arkansas lineup. Jonah Williamson flew out to left field his first time up on a great play by Heath Hood. 0-1. Outside corner, 0-2. Well, we've had a couple of really nice plays in the outfield by the Apaches, and as a result, Cooper Rawls has faced the minimum. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Cooper Rawls. And that'll bring up J.D. Vaughn. Vaughn was the first strikeout victim that Cooper Rawls had back in the first inning, 0 for 1. Fastball outside corner, called a strike. Vaughn on the year, 275 average, 4 doubles, a triple, and 9 RBIs. Big swing and a miss. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Fastball misses high. 1-2. Rawls starts with that glove in front of his face, drops it to his waist. Into the windup, strike 3 called. And he had Vaughn bailing on that. 6 strikeouts for Cooper Rawls. And, well, you'd think that sometimes after a longer inning, nothing doing here. Rawls is sharp tonight. Creighton Henry steps in. Second time tonight, off the plate. Ball 1. Grounded out to second to end the first inning. Here's the 1-0. Pop-up should stay in play. And Meisner makes the play. F05. And the emerging story here in this one, Cooper Rawls. He has faced 12 and retired 12. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 9-0 Apaches. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Apaches and the Pioneers. 3-game series this weekend at Mike Carter Field. Game 1 of the doubleheader tonight started at 5 o'clock. A couple minutes after 5. Take about 30 minutes between games, and we'll tee it up again. 7, 8, 9 for the Apaches. Cade Watson to lead it off, 1 for 2. Apaches 9 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Part of this story of this ball game, Cooper Rawls. Zeros across the board. He's faced the minimum through 4 innings. The Apaches, if they score 1 run here, if we're playing a run rule, which I think we probably are, Rawls would be 3 outs from a special night at the ballpark. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to catcher Cade Watson. Pitches off the plate. Watson comes in hitting an even 300 on the year. And there's ball 4. Watson will draw the leadoff walk, and that's the first walk of the night for Pioneer pitching. They have hit 3 batters. That's the first base on balls issued by any of the Pioneer pitchers. So here's Bryce Coveney for the 3rd time. Base hit to center, struck out looking. 1 for 2. First pitch. Pretty good swing right there. Fouls it straight back over our heads and out of play. 0-1 on Coveney. Bryce Coveney with a 400 average on the year, 2 out of 5. Limited action so far. This is his 3rd start of the season. Outside corner, called a strike. It's quickly 0-2. At the 8th spot in the Tyler lineup, Jacob Johnson waits on deck. This is Chance Liveoak from the stretch. Going to snap a pickoff over to keep Watson close. Well, part of me, too, some coaches get bent out of shape when you run in these situations. If you're going to throw a pickoff, I'm going to run. How's that? Keep playing the game. You throw another pickoff down there. Ball got away from the catcher, Cap Johnson. Did a nice job of picking it and thought that he might have had Watson straight off first base and rifles the throw down there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. In the bottom of the 4th, 9-0 Tyler. Here's the pitch. That's way high. 2-2. All right, we've heard from Mr. Shepard, watching from Carrollton, Texas, watching Heath Hood, his grandson, so appreciate you checking in on the live chat. 2-2 pitch. Inside. A full count now on Coveney. So after not walking a batter through the first 3 innings, you're 1 pitch away from walking back-to-back batters to lead off the 4th, and there you do. Back-to-back walks for Chance Liveoak. And that's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Jacob Johnson. Well, you got a right-hander throwing down in that Pioneer bullpen. And Johnson steps in. 2 on, nobody out. RBI double to left field in the 2nd inning. Flew out to center in the... Well, that was also in the 2nd inning. The Apaches brought 11 batters to the plate. That ball's fouled off, and that was in the direction of the Avalon there. Man, we've got to keep an eye on that. No balls, 1 strike to Jacob Johnson. Johnson came in 279 average on the season, 11 doubles, couple of triples, 10 RBI. 0-1 pitch. Well hit to right field. deep but caught by Henry on the warning track, or just in front of it. Going over to third is Cade Watson. F9 if you're scoring at the house. Watson at third. Coveney stays put at first base. Here's Ty Meisner for the fourth time in 4 innings. 1 for 3 on the night is Meisner. Singled in the first inning. Reached on an error in the second inning. Flew out to center in the third. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Well, this is kind of the scenario you thought might happen here. If you get at least 1, then you're 3 outs away from a victory. That ball's well hit, and that should score a run. Caught in center, Fisher gets it in, and it's 10-0 Apaches. So a sac fly for Meisner. He'll get an RBI. Watson comes home with the 10th run of the ball game. And here is Heath Hood. Heath Hood, all he's done is gone 3 for 3. Single to center, to right, and an infield single his last time up. First pitch misses, ball 1. Does have 1 RBI. He's scored twice. 10-10-0 for the Apaches. 0-0-3 for the Pioneers from North Arkansas. Popped it up. Is that going to get out of the ballpark? I think it is. As Cap Johnson gives chase, but gets over the net. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hood trying to go 4 for 4 here. So, as far as we know, Pioneers will need to score at least 1 to extend the ball game. They come up in the 5th. Had a thought of going, and that ball just misses low, 2-1. So Coveney over at first base does not have a stolen base yet this year. Pretty short lead at this point. Not going. There's a wild pitch. So Coveney will scamper down to second base on the wild pitch. And that's at least the second wild pitch today. I think it's wild pitch number 2 for Pioneer pitching. 3-1 is the count to Hood, the pitch. Missed low. It's a walk. 3rd walk of the inning for Live Oak. So after not walking a batter in the first 3 innings, Live Oak, who came on in relief in the second inning, has walked 3 this inning. So first and second, 2 away. Here's Eric Owen for the 4th time. Owen 1 for 2, tripled back in the first inning. 2 RBIs. That ball is well hit to center, but Fisher's got a beat on it, makes the catch for their final out. F8 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches do get 1 run on no hits. They leave 2 on. We go to the 5th, and we believe that North Arkansas is going to need to score a run here to extend the game. It's 10-0 Apaches. Well, we're going to bring you back a little early here, folks. Got some excitement at the ballpark in Game 1. Cooper Rawls has thrown 38 pitches so far, and that's not any big deal. It's very efficient pitching for 4 innings of work. What is special is he's faced 12 batters, and he's retired all 12 batters. And so it's a 10-0 score, and we do believe you're going to run rule this game, so you're 3 outs away. First pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. Channing Mickey. He was the second strikeout victim for Rawls back in the second inning. 0-1. Right over the heart of the plate. Another good slider from Cooper. It's quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and all Mickey could do was watch that thing. 7 strikeouts so far for Cooper Rawls. He's retired 13 batters to start the game. Here is Cap Johnson. Popped up to short his last time up. Pop up, right side out of play. 0-1. Well, you're 2 outs away. Cooper Rawls, the freshman from Hallsville. Swing and a miss, quickly 0-2. (10-0) for the Apaches, 0-3 for the North Arkansas Pioneers. Strike 3. Rawls pinpoint control with that slider tonight, and now you're 1 out away. Cooper Rawls has faced 14 batters, and he's retired all 14. Here's Lane Porter. He struck out looking his first time up. First pitch. Just missed inside. He's got such good movement on that slider, boy. He's coming inside, and a lot of these North Arkansas hitters are just freezing on it. Here's the 1-0. That's off the plate, 2-0. Haven't had too many 2-0 counts all night. About an hour and 12 minutes into this ball game. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to third. This could be it. Meisner to first base, and there you go. It's a 5-inning perfect game for Cooper Rawls. A no-hitter, a perfect game, and a 10-0 win for the Apaches. What a game for Cooper Rawls. I don't know that I've witnessed a perfect game out here before. And boy, Cooper Rawls, what an outing. 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work, and it's a perfect game for the freshman from Hallsville, Texas. And he will get the win. He'll run his record to 3-1 on the season. Losing pitcher will be Heath Forston. He'll drop to 2-4 on the year. And what an exciting night for Cooper Rawls as he throws a perfect game in his third victory as a collegiate pitcher. The Apaches get their 21st win of the year, 21-6. And the North Arkansas Pioneers dropped to 6-18 on the year. So we'll take about a 20-minute break here. Let's wrap this one up before we cut you loose, and we'll restart the stream. The Apaches started this thing in the first inning right out of the gates. Meisner single, Hood single, Owen triple, Morissette double, and just like that, it was 3-0. In the second inning, they scored 6 more runs, and it was 9-0. And they just scored a single run in the bottom of inning number 4. Watson walked, Coveney walked, a fly out by Johnson, a sac fly by Meisner, and that was the run that actually ended the scoring for the Apaches. And Cooper Rawls did most of the hard lifting here as he strikes out 8 Pioneers in 5 innings of work in throwing a perfect game here in Game 1. So congratulations to Cooper Rawls and the Apaches. They take Game 1 of the doubleheader. That'll wrap things up for here. A very short ball game, less than an hour and 12 minutes long. As the Apaches win this one by a score of 10-0. Offensively, let's look at the box score briefly for the Apaches. Boy, Heath Hood goes 3 for 3, couple of runs scored, an RBI. Eric Owen 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. And Fiver Trimble gets a 2 RBI single. He goes 1 for 2, scores a run, and a couple RBIs. What you like to see in this box score is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different Apaches with RBIs in this one. So Very quick game and a very efficient game from Cooper Rawls. He strikes out 8 North Arkansas batters and throws a perfect game. He struck out 1 in the first inning. He struck out 2 in the second inning, struck out 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and then 2 more in inning number 5. So that'll wrap it up from Mike Carter for Game 1 for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College. That's including Athletic Director Captain Chuck Smith, Associate Athletic Director Miss Kelsey Weeks, Miss Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at WAG Gym, and the whole crew up here in the press box. This is Dr. John Groth signing off. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with Game 2. So long, everybody.